fine. Petition E698 of 2025, Honorable Babu Owino versus the AG.
Good afternoon, my lord.
Good afternoon.
My name is Nordin. I do appear alongside Pius Oyo. And I hold brief for Counsel Abner Mango and Wanjira Maina for the petition. That is Honorable Babu.
Abner Mango and who else?
Wanjira Maina. All for the petition.
Mr. Namodi, you are here.
My Lord is present for the first respondent.
So this one is different.
The first respondent is the serious information.
Also, Victor for respondents.
For the second and fourth respondent in this one, Yamodi and Baraza.
Mr. Bara.
Yes, Lord, I appear with Ms. Otieno for the third respondent.
Now move on to the next one. Petition. Petition E705 of 2025.
Yes, my Lord. Mr. Kiprono, appearing with Mr. Mutuma and Ms. Mbui for the petitioners.
Mr. Mutuma.
That's a different Mutuma, my lord.
I don't think
It is Mitula.
Oh, Mitula.
Yeah.
Mitula.
And Ms. Mbui.
For the petition. That is the Bloggers Association of Kenya.
Yes, ma'am.
Who appears for the respondents? I can see the name here.
My Lord, Yamodi and Baraza for the first respondent.
On behalf of the third respondent, I'm also appearing together with Mr. Benson Jagi.
Katiba Institute. For second unclear. Yes, intended.
Lord Mbarak, Lord Mbarak and Ms. Otieno for assembly.
We have the Director of Public Prosecution. Is he here? Where is Mr. Mark? He didn't have instructions yet. DPP? The DPP is not here. So Mr. DPP is a respondent in this matter. Mr. Kiperon, did you serve the DPP?
Yes, we serve the DPP.
How did you serve?
By email.
Yeah?
We serve by email.
That's when you need to serve them. Serve them physically.
We shall do that, my Lord.
Because this is a respondent. And the respondent is usually for their serve.
I'm guided by it.
So if you want that to come in, we directly have a link to the document.
Okay.
E716 of 2022.
Yes, Your Lordship, if it may please you, my name is Sakimpa. Sakimpa, Your Lordship. I appear together with Mr. Nderito for the petitioner.
My Lord, if it pleases you in that manner. Nyamodi and Baraza for the first respondent.
Lord Mbarak and Ms. Otieno for the second respondent.
Any other appearance in that matter? That is take away of this. The AG, Mr. Mamburi, was already entered appearance. National Assembly, Law Society of Kenya Interest and Party. Law Society, no, okay. Then there is a proposed applicant.
My Lord, for the proposed intended parties, my name is Muge. For the intended party, Honorable David Madenge. And I hold brief for Mr. Kazungu for intended interested party, Senator James Murango.
So apart from petition 705 South, I think in many other files, there's no issue with regard to service to any of the parties. We can now proceed. This matter is coming up for reflection. We think that we need a time to discuss the issues of the matters that came up yesterday, so that you can tell the court whether there is a way forward, whether you've been able to get to or reach a consensus on some of those issues that we were going through yesterday. So who is going to brief the court on whether or not any consensus has been reached on management of the issues?
So important for me to put it on record on my behalf and on behalf of all the colleagues is that there has been no attempt to generate that consensus. And I think, my Lord, the reason for that is that the parties are still very far. We as respondents have certain threshold issues that we would wish the court to give direction before perhaps we can get to a point where we can sit around the table and see things in the same way as advocates for parties in this matter.
So basically we are where we want.
Yes, only that we are now in open court.
All right. So then, in that case, I think the best thing to do is to give directions. Since now I expected you to go through all those issues and then come and tell me for this and that we have agreed, this and that we have not agreed. So we need you to decide this. But now you are all here, despite giving you time. There are years we did nothing. And you are now here, you want me again to go through the issue. But I think what we can do then, we first must determine some of those applications that have been filed. You mean you could not even agree on the issue of proposed joint?
If I may, my Lord,
Simple application.
my Lord, if I may, and I think Mr. Nyamodi, my colleagues will agree that I did reach out to him and try to get him to agreed to the joinder and we disposed of it, since he is the only one opposed to it. So we did do that, just for the record.
All right, then I think what we can do is we will have to deal with issues with the joinder. Then we'll also have to deal with another issue that came up yesterday was on the joinder application. There was another application. I think there's an application for extension of the order.
Yes,
716. And there was something else.
Consolidation.
Consolidation. So before we consolidate, we must first deal with those particular issues, particularly the issue of joinder. Because joinder, we cannot consolidate before we deal with the issue of joinder. Then, joinder is in which file?
My Lord, E716 now.
Okay. Joinder is in 716. Extension is also in 716, isn't it?
Yes. And there's also joinder in E705.
Joinder is in 716. 716. Then Miss
761, Your Worship. 761.
We have 761.
671, sorry, 671.
671 of 2025. And then Mr. Marino,
In E705.
705 is 2025. So we have joined in 3 files, which we must deal with. Then the other issue is, other than that joinder, is the issue in 716, we also have extension of the party orders. Is there any other issue? Then lastly, there will be consolidation. I don't think there is anything else. Then after that, we can give the issue of consolidation. So maybe I can give directions on filing of submission.
Your Worship, perhaps there was also other issues of setting aside. I don't know whether you've noted it down.
Setting aside is in which file?
Yes. 673 and 671.
673 of 2025.
And 671 of 2025.
So that basically seeks to set aside the conservatory orders.
Yes.
My Lord, if you may allow me,
Yes.
I believe that from yesterday's consensus was that we need to fast track this matter.
Yes,
And
but
if we are going to be saying that let's look at the issue of setting aside of the orders, I believe that the same time frame which you are going to give us in fast tracking the petition will be consumed in these other applications. So it is my humble prayer that if we can be able to agree, you can give us 5 minutes, we can be able to agree if, that's my opinion, if we are for the main, going straight to the main petition so that we avoid time wasting in these so many applications.
well, I think that is what we are proposing yesterday. But it appears that you do not agree in regards to terms. So if you propose, you can actually settle some of those issues.
I have read all the petitions overnight, and I felt like most of those applications, the orders that people are seeking in the applications and in the petition, they are all moving. So on my side, I was ready to abandon the application so that we can go straight to the petition so that we can save court's time.
You know, you are speaking for the petitioners. The respondents are the ones insisting that we need to determine this.
Even in my lord, this is a public petition, and I believe the respondents may try to create bottlenecks so that there can be delay of these petitions in the court. So I feel like, with a lot of respect, you have a lot of powers to make sure that the Constitution is protected by fast-tracking the issues that are in these petitions.
process, but prospective in the Constitution also means
Yes, my lordship.
so that, are you in agreement with Mr. Bobonko's proposal that I give you about 10 minutes to see whether you can strike immediate?
No, let's hear him out. Let's give him his 10 minutes. Let's hear what he has to say.
So I will leave you to speak. After 10 minutes, I'll be back.
Is likely to cause them to commit suicide. In respect of petition 716 from Kergoya, we have agreed, my lord, that the conservatory order be extended. And my lord, that conservatory order then applied to the amendment to section 61J of the Parent Act. 1J of the Parent Act, which, my lord, was the inclusion of the new section 61JA.
61JA.
JA. And the J and A are in the same bracket.
61JA.
Yes. My lord, we have also agreed that so as to facilitate the expeditious determination of the matters before you, the petitions that are now before you in respect of the challenges to the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act be consolidated.
So which will be the link file?
The zip file, I believe, is the first in time. 671. And the parties will be rearranged accordingly. Where there is any repetition of parties, that will be taken into account. Well, we have agreed that so as to again facilitate the expeditious disposal of this matter, parties frame the and file those issues in court. And from the issues filed by the various parties in these matters, my lord, the court can then indicate the issues for determination. Once that is done, my lord, the parties can then file their submissions in respect of those issues. And my lord, we can return as soon as next week, of course, at your convenience, to highlight our submissions. My lord, I had forgotten the one issue, and it isn't an issue that we had discussed, but I can perhaps make the proposal loudly to my colleagues, that any party who has not responded to any of the petitions is at liberty to respond again as soon as possible. That, unless my learned colleagues will correct me if I've forgotten anything, is the extent of the conversation that we had in the time we left us together.
Yes, sir. My Lord, indeed that is the argument of parties that come in. But on behalf of the petitioners, I also wish to seek leave for us to put in any supplementary affidavits. If need be.
That is indeed the position, and we are very happy that we are before you. We know that you'll find it within yourself to indulge us.
I also want to thank you.
So we understand you will be away for some time.
You have really saved me a lot of arguments.
But my Lord, I had echoed my sentiments that next week may not be appropriate to me. If you can be able to accommodate us next week but one, which is still not very far away from next week. Because next week I'll be having exams, which I cannot be able to postpone.
Yes.
Mr.
Kipron. Yes, my Lord. On behalf leave to file additional affidavits.
Remember, you have not served the DPP.
But serve it this afternoon.
Be okay, and also because we need a rearrangement of the parties. If the court can be kind enough to help us do that, because it has the benefit of all the parties.
Yeah, I think I'll just go and reduce them into something like a proper directions based on the consent, and then it will be typed and uploaded on the CTS. That will be. And then when do you come next now? Because my leave starts next week. It's a long
There is fear because of your brother is unwell, and everyone is pleading that you hear us first next week. So I will ask the brother maybe to send his representative so that before you go on your leave, at least
so
we have.
now that you are saying that you should be allowed to, by the way, those are things that we need to discuss. Now that you are saying that you should be allowed to file, like there are those who may not have filed their responses, they may want them to file their responses. Then there are those who want to file their further affidavits. What is the time that you are looking at to do that?
My Lord, we can do it by Monday.
So those who have not filed responses,
everything by
can
Monday.
find them by Monday.
Yes.
And then those who have not further affidavits, by which date? By Tuesday.
By Tuesday.
And then we can fill them on Tuesday. So does it mean that at the time you file responses and also you file your submissions?
Yes.
Yes, also.
Everything?
Yes.
Then that is okay. Okay, my proposal is the next week is extremely packed for me, but on Friday I have 2 benches. I don't know whether they can extend up to afternoon session. So we can meet or convene at around what time? Maybe we mention the matter at 2 p.m. budget. 2 p.m. So that I'll have done my benches. Then I'll see whether now that Friday afternoon can be okay for us to meet budget. Friday afternoon. I'll have benches in the morning, then in the afternoon we can have we can mention this one budget. Just to confirm compliance and then give further directions. Is that okay?
Well, just a clarification. Friday afternoon is for compliance or for the possibility of highlighting?
Highlighting is not important because I've been called the whole day. I've been called in the morning, the first and the second bench, and then I'll meet you in the afternoon.
That's all. That is understood.